Hi everyone, welcome. If you are new, welcome here. My name is Kim, and if you are returning, as always, thank you so very much. Today's video is a really long fall decorating marathon. I put together all of my fall decorating videos into one long video that is super fun and super packed with all kinds of ideas and inspiration for the season. Has everyone now already decorated? I think it's the 2nd of October when this is going up. So I'm pretty sure everyone has decorated. Are you decorating for fall right now or Halloween? Because I know I'm going to be getting started with Halloween decorating probably in the next week or so. And I'm super excited for that. So we'll be sharing some Halloween content and also a lot of Christmas planning. We're going to be doing those simultaneously because that's how we have to do it during the holidays. It's just a lot going on, but it's going to be fun. So I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy this one. Thank you. Yay, today is the day. Fall decorating is starting here in my house. Pretty soon, within about a week, my entire house is going to be transformed into a beautiful fall Hallmark movie scene. Okay, at least that's what I'm hoping. So we are going to get started today here in the living room. We are going to be adding all kinds of fun stuff to make this room extra cozy for fall, and I'm super excited, so let's jump into today's video. I've already cleaned everything, took everything out of here. Of course, besides all the big furniture pieces. I like to start decorating this way just because I feel like it gives me a clean slate, a new start, and I feel like I could be a little more creative that way. So it's just the way that I like to do it. And plus, I do change out pretty much everything, as you guys can see. This is over in the breakfast nook, and yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. I'm not sure if I should be decorating the living room today or checking myself into some therapy. I'm not sure, but either way, we're just gonna do the decorating. So pretty much everything that's in this room I have already showed in a haul video over the last couple weeks, or shopping videos, so I will link some of those videos down below if you missed them. And as I use the items, I will just try to quickly say where I got them from. I did pick up those 2 new vases from Target though, and I will try to link everything that I can for you guys. I will put as much as possible to help you out in the links in the description box below. A lot of this stuff is also things that I set aside to decorate the breakfast nook with, which mainly will go inside of that really large hutch that I now have. This is brand new. I just got this a few months ago. Well, actually, I bought it on Marketplace and then I painted it. So it wasn't new, but it's new to me. We'll decorate the breakfast nook in a video coming up really soon. Okay, so we finally get to decorate for fall in my living room, and I'm so excited. We're gonna start here at the mantle, and this year I want to do something a little bit different. So we're going to do a pretty big, we're gonna attempt to do a pretty big swag right here, a really full swag, and then maybe something here as well. I don't know, we'll see. So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with the same stems as last year, as this is gonna be kind of our base, and I'm using these because these work really well for a base since they have all these bendable little twiggy branches. This will help keep everything else that's going on top of this secure. I'm gonna use the little branches to even attach it to these nails that I have here. So I think this is gonna help keep it stable. So we're gonna start kind of building it this way and go down. Okay, we got one. 20 more to go. No problem. Let's see, I think. Trying to decide how far I want this swag to go out. I think I may want it to go about to the halfway point. But you know what? I want to add something first. 1 second. I'm going to first add this Hobby Lobby sign that I've had for several years. And how I did that was just tie some ribbon through where the nail hangers go, and I'm just gonna hook it over the nail here on the fireplace. So now I'm adding in these maple leaves. These are also from Hobby Lobby. And we pretty much have our base set. I'm loving it. It's very neutral, so now I definitely want to add in some pops of orange. These are from Target last year. I will link something very similar. And the eucalyptus leaves are from Home Goods this year. So I'm just going to start adding in some orange that is much needed for this fall. Okay, and here is the finished swag. I do really love it. It's just part of me, the asymmetrical loving part of me wants to go all the way across, but I am trying something new. Let me know, what do you guys think about this asymmetrical swag look? Now I'm going to try to balance out the look here down on the hearth. I started with a really tall vase, and basically I'm just going to add in the same stems that I used on the swag above and pretty much just mimic the look down here. I did first add that really large branch just because I wanted to take up some extra height and fill in that white area right there. That's actually just a tree branch from a tree outside. And I love it. I think it adds a lot of texture and dimension to this arrangement. So that's a really good idea or good tip. If you want to decorate with free items, go outside and pick some branches and add them to your arrangements. Now I'm going to be adding lanterns to this side and adding some raffia down in there. I really did want to add some hay bales to the mantle this year. It just wasn't working out. The pumpkins that I had that aren't breakable, I didn't love up there. So I decided that I would still use my glass pumpkins, which you will see, but I'm going to put them inside the lantern so that they don't get broken, and I'll use them instead of candles because they do light up. And the raffia does still remind me of hay. It kind of gives that look. So we'll just go with this for this year. I added in a few little leaves for a little bit of color, and then also some pine cone and acorn filler. Just a couple little pieces down at the bottom, again, just to give it a little extra texture and color. And now I'm going to add in a couple more pumpkins just to balance this side. I felt like the pumpkin in the back needed a little bit of height. I wish I had a taller gourd style one, another one, but I don't. So I brought in a book and some more of that raffia, and I was trying to create a little base. Watching back now, I do actually think it looks kind of cute. I don't know. What do you guys think? I did end up taking it away in the end. You'll see I just left it plain. But let me know what you think. Do you like it better like this or the way that I left it? Because I can always change it for the home tour. Honestly, sometimes when you watch back on the film, things look different. And things that you thought looked good don't always look the best. And things you thought didn't look good look, when you're watching them back, you like them. So let me know what you guys think. I like getting your opinion on things. But now we're going to get started on the shelves. These vases were from Target. I got them on Labor Day. They were on sale. I don't remember how much they were on sale, but they were pretty inexpensive. And I picked them up because I do like to put vases on this top shelf. And you'll see in just a second, I have a set of Hobby Lobby vases that I like to use on the top shelf, but I didn't have anything to put on the opposite shelf to balance with it, and I think these work pretty nicely. Plus, I needed to bring in a little bit more gray. I do have a gray sofa. I don't love gray anymore, but it is important to still bring the color in just to bring the whole room together and make everything look cohesive. Now I brought in a basket that I picked up at a thrift store. I got this thing, I think, for $1 or $2, and I knew I could use it somewhere in my fall decorating, and these shelves are the perfect place. I'm going to stack some pumpkins kind of cascading out. I used one pumpkin that I painted last year, and then the orange pumpkin is from Home Goods or Marshall's, and the little pumpkin is from Hobby Lobby. This is also another pumpkin that I painted last year, and I thought I would add another one up there just to fill out the shelf. On to the next shelf. Now I'm adding some artwork. This is artwork that I printed off of, or I downloaded it from Etsy and then printed at Walgreens. And then I'm adding in some old books that I thrifted and this gold squirrel that I got at Home Goods. If you guys didn't see, I did paint it gold with Rub and Buff in my last shopping video. And then I just added in a little gold acorn. If you guys are liking this video so far, would you do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button? And if you haven't already, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming fun that I have planned. Thanks guys, I really appreciate the support. And we do have a lot of new friends around here, and I really just want to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and tuning into all my videos. I really, really appreciate it. Now we're going to get started on the coffee table, and I'm going to start off with some of my favorite coffee table books. I will link all of these for you guys in my Amazon storefront. And then up next is this gorgeous gold leaf tray that you guys all know I was searching for, and I guess a lot of you were. So let me know in the comments below if any of you guys were able to find it or bought it through the link that I was able to finally provide. Let me know if you guys found it too. These hurricane candle holders are also a new purchase. I found these at Ross for only $10.99 each. Please don't come for me in the comments. I know they have stickers on the bottom, but I had 2.5 hours total to film today before I had to go get my kids. And I figured I didn't want to spend 20 minutes, even though you guys left me all those nice tips on my last fall video. I did not want to spend the time taking off the stickers. I just wanted to try and finish recording for you guys today. I found this stone tray at HomeGoods. I think it was $29.99. It's really heavy. And I did originally plan to try and fit this little squirrel, which I got at HomeGoods also, and this gorgeous candle, which I never showed you guys in a haul, but isn't that stunning? And the color is just gorgeous. It's a mercury glass, but in a copper tone. It was $16.99, and I just love how it looks next to that leaf tray. It's just so pretty. But anyhow, I did want, or I was planning to add these Mackenzie Childs acorns, the little squirrel and the candle to this tray, but it just wasn't working out. The tray has a little bit of a lip around the edge, so it's kind of making everything just fall to the center, and it just wasn't working well. So I am going to try some other trays. So I brought in this wood riser. It was from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to try out this one, but I end up switching it out again. But looking back on the camera, I do actually kind of like this tray. I don't know, maybe I'll switch it back. I like the brown with the brown book. I'm not sure. This squirrel was giving me a run for my money. Funny is, this was the only vignette that I had actually planned out for the coffee table, and it didn't work out. So, you never know when you're decorating. You have a vision in your mind, and it just, it doesn't work out, and you have to pivot and try something else. And that's the fun part of decorating. You can just be creative and try something else. And you never know, you might like it better. Decided to give up on Mr. Squirrel for a second and bring in this vase. This was from Hobby Lobby several years ago. The wheat stems are from Hobby Lobby as well, and the orange ones are from Target. And I just made a little arrangement. And now we're back to Mr. Squirrel. So I brought in a book, and I decided that I liked this better. It just kind of lined up nicer. And that's how we decided to keep it. And I really, really do like it. I also added a couple little leaves and some pine cones to the hurricane candles as well. And now we're going to get started on this little table. And as I had said earlier, I really wanted to add hay bales to the mantle or to the hearth, and that didn't work out. So I decided to add one over here on this side table and prop the lamp up on it. And then I brought in this riser from HomeGoods and some of my candles from Amazon. I needed to give that back candle a little bit of height, so I went in with one of those clear acrylic risers. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's pretty hard. And I know you guys are loving those because it's my top selling item in my Amazon store. So I think you guys are all enjoying them as much as I am, and that's cool. I thought this area needed a little bit of color, so I decided to tie some bows around the candles. I grabbed out some ribbon from my stash, which is, I think this is at least 5 or 6 years old. When I tied it on, it was just giving me a candy corn vibe. So I decided to go with it. I remembered I had this sign that has a lot of those orange and yellows. It also is kind of a snack sign from Hobby Lobby, and it has candy corn on it. So I thought that might be cute and fun for the season. And of course, we have to eat one. I love candy corn. I know a lot of people don't, but I absolutely love candy corn, and that right there was my first, and that was my second candy corn of the season, and I'll be eating a lot more. So let me know in the comments, do you guys love candy corn? Yes or no way? Now we're going to attempt to make this couch look much better than it does right now, starting with this Casa Luna blanket from Target. That thing, oh my gosh, that blanket is so gorgeous. That definitely helps. And then I have some pillow covers from Amazon, which I do end up taking these away, and I think I might add them back in. You'll probably see them in my home tour. I just thought it was a lot of orange, but now looking back on the video, I don't know, I do like it. So I'll probably end up switching back the pillows, but that's okay. I'm still showing you that cover was from Amazon as well, that linen light cover. And then I found these at Ross. I loved the colors on those. They were orange, brown, and they had some gold, which was perfect for me. I also picked up these Casa Luna blankets in this brownish orange color, and we're going to use these on the chairs over here. The covers on the chairs are from Amazon as well. And yep, just trying to cozy up this area. Okay, so now for the fun part. Here is one last look at the before and now my new living room for fall this year. I'm super excited. I love it. It feels so cozy. I can't wait to watch movies in here at night and just have the candles lit and the little pumpkins on the fireplace on. It's just very cozy. Okay, let me show you guys around the living room now. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. And again, if you did, if you would please hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. We have a lot more holiday content coming your way. And I just want to say thank you again so much. And I will see you guys in the next decorating video very soon. Thanks guys. As always, if you're still watching, please leave the leaf emoji just so I like to know who's still here at the end. Thanks. Bye. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kim, and if you're returning, as always, thank you so very much. Today, I'm finally back. I've been MIA for a little bit. I got really sick. If you saw or heard my video on, I think it was Saturday, then you already knew I was getting sick. Well, it got way worse. So I finally went and got some antibiotics and I'm on the mend. I'm excited to finally get started here in the dining room. I feel like I'm so behind with decorating now because of being sick last week. So we are going to start pumping out all these fall videos in my house, one right after another. Again, we're starting here in the dining room. This is the before. It looks scary. It looks very empty. And yeah, we're going to fix that. We are going to fix that today. We are going to get this place looking super cozy. So let's get started. This is some of the artwork that I planned on using and also some of the pumpkins that I have up here on the bar. Pretty much everything else I moved over into that breakfast nook area. That way I could have a clean surface to decorate in here. Most of the items I'm using are either things from years past or things that I've showed in the haul videos over the last couple weeks. If you've missed those haul videos, I will link them in the description box, or you can go to my channel and check out all of my fall videos. I did pick these up, so I wanted to show you guys. These were from Amazon. I do really like them. When they arrive, they're kind of bent up, so you have to fix them a little. But you guys will see in a little bit. I still think they're pretty good. I love that they're so bendable. So yeah, I will link those in my Amazon storefront. I'll link anything that I can in my storefront or in the description box below. This is pretty much just an overview of everything that I plan to pick from for the dining room. I like to lay my stuff out like this so I can see everything and just have a really clear vision. If I need something, I know right where to get it. I know what I have, and I just like decorating like this.
Okay, so I have not used this thing since my farmhouse days, but I decided I wanted to give it a try. And I think you guys are really gonna like how it turns out.
I'm starting off with none other than my favorite stems that I picked up from A Floral. Unfortunately, these are sold out now. I will still link them just in case they restock them. I don't know if they will or not. I bought 6 stems total, so I'm going to use 3 up here on the mantle. And I decided to go ahead and get some of this wire. I have hooks, right as you can see right there, behind my mantle. And sometimes if I'm doing a pretty heavy display, I will put some wire through there and just wire it to the wall there so it doesn't fall off. I'm only doing one side of wire. I do have 3 of those hooks just in case for something like a Christmas mantle, but as you can see, this is not going to go anywhere. And I just use the rest of the wire to keep adding on to all of the additional stems. I just keep wiring them together and then weaving everything else into the stems that are wired so that they won't fall down either. As you guys can see in pretty much all of my videos, I love doing big displays, especially on the mantle. And I always start by getting my base nice and secure. So that's always my first step. So this is basically going to be the base. I'm not going to wire every single thing in after this. Now that these are nice and secure, everything else will stay. Now I'm going to add this twiggy wreath that I got at Hobby Lobby to a clear thumbtack that I pushed into the window frame right there. The reason I decided to use that wreath was because I knew I was putting this pumpkin right in the center of the mantle, and I thought that they would look good together. I got that pumpkin at Marshall's this year, and it was $19.99. And now I'm going in with some of the Hobby Lobby pumpkins. You guys have seen these on all of my recent haul videos, and I'm excited to finally get to use them. You could just leave the mantle how it is with the A floral stems. It already looks so pretty, but you guys know that's not happening over here, not on Craft with Kim. We all know this now. We have to add, we have to layer. So I'm starting with these stems from Hobby Lobby. I don't know what they are. They almost look like a grass or like a feather, but I just love the texture that they bring, and I love the color of them. I have a feeling I'll be using these for many, many years to come. I don't know how I haven't tried them before. Since I don't like to cut my stems, just in case I want to use them in a different way next year, it was getting kind of hard to stick them into this smaller display. It was knocking the pumpkins over, so that's okay. I just took them away. I left the risers there so I can put them back when I'm done. And now I'm going to go in with the stems that I picked up at Target. I will try to link these. I think they're still available. I love these stems. I think they're so gorgeous, and I just love the color of them. It's the perfect orange. Sorry if I look like I'm grumpy while I'm decorating. My kids told me that. They said that I look grumpy when I'm decorating. They were like, "Mom, why do you look like you're grumpy? Like you hate decorating?" And so now I notice it, but I guess when I'm decorating, I get into kind of my own world. Of course, I'm not grumpy. It's my favorite thing to do. But now I'm just laughing looking at myself because I do kind of look kind of grumpy. Now I'm going to add back in the pumpkins and see how everything is looking. I did use the clear acrylic, guys, that is so hard to say every time. The clear acrylic risers. to prop up the pumpkins, just give them a little height. And now I'm going to go in with these eucalyptus stems from Amazon. And I thought the wreath was looking a little bare and I wanted to add something into that, but I ran out of all my other stems. So I decided to use these and also wire a bow onto the wreath as well. And I think that worked a lot. I think that looks a lot better. It adds a lot more dimension and texture and just visual interest up there. And then I added in a couple down at the bottom as well, just so it all matched. Now I'm going in with the amber glass candlestick holders from Hobby Lobby. I'm putting 2 on either side. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, would you do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button? And I guess now there's a hype button as well, and those really do help out my channel, so I would really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming fun fall videos, and we have, oh my goodness, so many Christmas videos that will be coming out shortly as well. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all of your support, all of your likes, comments, shares. They really do help me out and I really, really appreciate it. I was planning to use these goblets on the table, but I felt as though this wall was so white, the cabinets are white, the walls are painted white, that it really just needed that warmth. So I decided to put them in the cabinet and just display them this year. I just love how the amber glass looks against the white. And I did, as you guys can see, I started off with the black and white stripe plates, but I decided to change to these plates and I think I like them a lot better. I actually robbed them from the breakfast nook. I haven't done the breakfast nook yet, so I just decided to use them in here and I'll find something else for in there. But let me know what you guys think. I do plan on using the black and white stripe plates for Halloween. I'm still going to do that, but I just wanted to keep the browns and I don't know, the more fall colors, traditional fall colors in here. So now I'm going to do the table centerpiece. I'm starting off with this vase that I got at Target. I'm going to be adding the other 3 afloral stems and then pretty much just kind of mimicking what was done on the mantle here in this vase. Now I'm going to be adding some flameless candles to the Hobby Lobby amber glass pumpkins. And I wouldn't recommend these lights. Reason being, they do not come with either a timer or a remote. And I didn't realize that when I bought them. So I actually might take those back and look for something on Amazon. If I find something that fits under these pumpkins, I will link it in my Amazon storefront. Since you do need a really thin candle to fit underneath these, if you do the twinkle lights, you can kind of see the box. So I didn't want to do that. Now it's time for the napkins. If you guys have been following me, then you know I got these on Wayfair, but I could not find the other pack, the ones with the burgundy plaid. So I only have 4. So I was trying to decide if I should go with the more mustard or gold colored plaid, but I just think it would look kind of boring. It really needed that pop of color. So I decided to go ahead and go with the 4 I had, and I'm just going to do something different at the ends, and I think it's fine. They'll probably show up in my decor room like right as I'm packing up the fall, but it's okay. I'm sure I'll use them again another year in some other way. Decided to do the napkins this way this year since the plates are pretty plain. They're just a solid color. I wanted to add the napkin there on the front with the pumpkin ring. It's kind of a bronzy color. And then add, just for a little bit of whimsy, some of this raffia to kind of look like hay. Since we have a lot of this going on in the front room, it just kind of makes everything cohesive. And again, it just adds a little bit of fun to the table here. I always like to add a little bit of fun to all of my displays that I do, no matter what holiday it is. It's just, I think that gives it more of a homey vibe instead of a don't touch anything kind of vibe. I don't know, that's just kind of how I think. But then here at the ends, I decided to put 2 of these pumpkins. They kind of match the napkin ring. And just sit those there on the plate just to kind of trick your eye that something similar is there at the ends. And let me know what you guys think. I don't think you can really tell when you're looking at the table overall, but let me know what you think. I actually went and bought another one of these dough bowls, and I'm going to show you in just a second why. But we're going to style these very, very easily with just these 3 pumpkins, both the same. I didn't want a lot because they're going on the top of the cabinets, and I didn't want too much going on since the wall was pretty busy already, but I did feel like it needed a little extra warmth. I love how the dough bowls look up there, and I know I'll definitely be decorating with them up there again for future holidays. Or maybe I'll just leave them up there year round now. I just love the warmth that it brings. Now we're getting started here on the coffee bar. I don't have a lot planned actually for this coffee bar. I kind of ran out of stuff, so I'm just using what I have left over and trying to make something fun. It's gonna get switched out here pretty soon anyway, since we're pretty close to Halloween, so I'm not too concerned, but I still think it turned out cute. I put a lot of the snacks in the apothecary jars. I put those over on that bar that you guys will see in the end. So that's kind of what I usually sit here on the coffee bar. I'll have to come up with a new plan, I don't know, for Halloween and whatnot, because I really like those jars over on the bar. That bar in the dining room is pretty ugly. It really is. So it needs help. And I think those jars, which you guys will see them in just a little bit, I think they really help over there. So I'll have to come up with something different for the coffee bar. I was being kind of cheap and I wanted to try this Target pumpkin spice coffee, and it's actually really good. And yes, I do like to match all of my coffee pods and my snacks to my decor every season. Okay, and these little cute jack-o'-lantern mugs from Crate and Barrel, I will definitely link those. They are so adorable. I'm just turning them around until Halloween. I don't think the jack-o'-lanterns look really good with the squirrels, so I just did the back of them for now, but I'll definitely turn them around when I do my Halloween coffee bar. Then I decided to take the coffee pods out of that clear glass since I didn't really have any other clear glass up there, and I put them into the brown basket, and this is what I came up with. And I think it turned out pretty cute for not really having any plan or anything picked out for this coffee bar. I just want to let you guys know that it's okay if you're decorating and not every single space is your absolute favorite. I have learned that not every space in your home can always be your favorite and that it's okay. Now to the fun part. One last look at the before and now how the dining room looks for fall 2025. So now let's take a look around the entire dining room. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for today's dining room decorate with me. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really hope you got some good inspiration or maybe some ideas for your home this fall. And I will see you guys very, very soon in the next decorating video. Thank you guys. Bye. Oh yes, and as always, if you stuck it out to the very end, please leave a leaf emoji so I can see who's still watching. Thank you. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome to another fall decorating video. Today we're going to be working on the breakfast nook, mainly decorating the hutch in here and just giving this room some cozy fall vibes. So let's jump into today's video. Just so you can see, the breakfast nook is right here connected to the living room. So these two rooms do need to match. And since I have the pumpkin patch sign up there on the mantle this year, I really kind of wanted to play off of that, but just make it a lot more fun in here and whimsical, but still match and flow with the rest of the house. That's one thing that is hard for me. I do like really elegant, fancy decor, but I also like fun and whimsical decor, and finding a balance in how to merge the two and make them look good and flow is sometimes hard to do. But for this room, I just really want it to be fun. So I'm not too worried about it looking, really fancy or anything like that. This is just where we eat every day, and I just want it to be fun for the kids. I started by putting a basket from Home Goods up there on the top just to add in a little texture. And I don't want to bring a ton of attention to the top because A, this is a really small room and I don't want it to look crowded. And B, we have popcorn ceilings. So yeah, I'm really not trying to bring attention up there. Just being honest, I'm not trying to bring a ton of attention up there. Now we're jumping ahead. I thought I had hit record, but I didn't on these first shelves here. So I pretty much just added in some candlesticks and a sign from Hobby Lobby with some candy. I want to put a bunch of fun little treats on this hutch. And then up there on the top, there's a picture that was from Home Goods with some Hobby Lobby stems and these cute little adorable scarecrows I got last year at Hobby Lobby. And I told you guys we were going to do this room really fun and just playing off of that pumpkin patch sign. I just want to use things that you would find at a pumpkin patch. So scarecrows and candy corn and plaids and hay bales, corn stalks, all of that stuff I want to bring into this room in a really fun way. So now I just keep adding and kind of moving things around. I do not pre-decorate before I record. I wish I had time to do that, but I do not. So whenever I turn on the camera, I'm really just kind of playing with things and going for it. I do that in all the rooms in my house. So that's why you guys will see things kind of change around and move around. And at the end, I will show you how it looks. And honestly, you have to wait and see the home tour because I usually do change up a few things before my final, fall home tour as well. I will try and link anything that I can for you guys down in the description below. And how cute is this candle? I know I showed most of these items in a haul video already, but if you did miss those, you can go to my channel and check them out. All of the white dishes were from Home Goods. They have such a big collection, such a beautiful, well-priced collection. I even got this bowl from there as well. And since I'm using a lot of white up on the hutch, I decided to use this here to create kind of a little dough bowl type arrangement. Normally, I don't use a lot of the white stuff during the fall and winter, but since it's what I have, and I haven't really built up my collection for this hutch yet, then that's just what I'm going to go with, and I'll try to make it work. I added in some of that raffia to kind of resemble hay or straw, and then added in the white and gold pumpkins. I've had those for many years. They still have them at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to add in 2 of those. And then I'm going to add in some of the stems that I used on the hutch. These are also from Hobby Lobby. Pretty much, I think all of the picks we're using today are from, of course, Hobby Lobby. I just love their selection and prices. So next up are the orange berry clusters, and I just cut it down. They come on a pretty good size pick for only a couple dollars, and you can just cut it down and you get a lot for your money. I love the texture that these bring. And then also I did just get these lamps from Kirkland's. They were on sale over the Labor Day weekend. I think they were normally $100 and I got them somewhere around $60. So a really, really good sale, and I was super excited. Now I've added some of the maple leaf picks from Hobby Lobby and then just some more berries. I am trying to keep this bowl pretty minimal since the fireplace is on this same wall, and I don't want that already has so much going on, so I need to keep this area very minimal. And yes, right after I said minimal, this is me sitting in a really big mess of straw, adding some hay bales over to this corner. I don't know, just with the whole pumpkin patch, sign and theme. I think what it is, okay, because I do use hay bales in my house quite often, not every single year, but many years I have done it inside the house. And I think what it is whenever I use that pumpkin patch sign somewhere, it just sparks this idea in my head that there has to be hay bales around that sign. And I was just laughing. You guys can't see my face, but I was just giggling because I was sitting in a pile. I mean, just the biggest mess ever, just wondering, why am I so extra? Like, why do I have to be so extra? And it's just funny. You guys, look at this. It's the biggest mess. But I will say, once you initially open them and you have this big mess like this, but once you clean it up, I don't ever notice any mess. Like, as long as you're not touching them. Like I said, I've used them in many places inside my house many, many times, and they're fine as long as you're not touching them. But they are a big hassle to set up. And after all that mess, I wasn't even sure that I'm going to keep them there. They're a little too squished and crowded after I said I wanted to keep it minimal. But it's one of those things, when I get an idea in my head, I have to just go for it. So you may see those moved. I'll probably end up moving them to the front porch. So now I've added a riser that I picked up from Home Goods and this corn husk wreath. I was sad to see that Hobby Lobby didn't have them this year because I know they had them for many, many years in a row. I've had this thing forever. If you can see, there's glue and different things that I've done all kinds of stuff with these. But I decided to stick it over the riser this year just to make a little centerpiece here on this round table. At first, I started by adding this mercury glass pumpkin since I did use a lot of these in the living room. But I am going to change that out in a little bit just because I thought it did look a little bit it's just a little too neutral. Now I'm just adding in some textured placemats. For some reason, I don't mind using these at fall because they kind of, when they're just showing out the side of the plate, to me, they kind of resemble hay in a weird way. I don't know. I think they look good. You can honestly use these placemats for every holiday and season, in my opinion. I think they work. Now we're going to be bringing a little color over here that is much needed with these napkins that I picked up from Amazon. And that's when I decided that we did need a little more color in the center of the table as well. So I brought over these two orange pumpkins to see which one I liked better. I thought they both looked nice and they both actually matched the napkins really well. But I just wanted to go with that really fun, whimsical, and you guys know I've been talking about that whole Halloween look, which is something I've never done. Whenever I decorate for Halloween, I always do black and white and gold, and I don't really mix in these funsy types of things. I don't do any orange for Halloween typically. So this is something new, and I just think it looks really fun and just really festive. I was trying to decide which napkin placement, but usually when I use solid color dishes, especially white dishes, I'll do this style just to bring a little more color up on the top of the plate and to the table. This is definitely the easiest way, in my opinion, to do napkins. You just grab the napkin in the center, give it a little bit of a shake, and then bunch it together. And then all you have to do is slide the napkin ring over, and there you go. You've got a nice put together look. Okay, so now let's take a look at how the room turned out. I just love that little jack-o'-lantern there in the center. You guys will have to let me know. Do you decorate with jack-o'-lanterns and things like that for fall, or just strictly fall and then leave Halloween for Halloween? If you guys enjoyed this video, will you please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button? And then now I guess the hype button after the thumbs up button. It really does help out my channel and I really appreciate it. Also, let me know, what do you guys think about those hay bells in here? Are those an absolute no, or should I keep them? Okay, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video. I don't know if I'll be doing my porch. I might actually just skip over to Halloween for the porch since it's kind of late in September. We may actually start doing some Christmas planning here soon, which is going to be super fun. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye! Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Kim. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're returning, as always, I am so happy to have you. Thank you, thank you. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a little mini kitchen. I don't know if you call it a renovation or a makeover. I mean, there's a little bit of renovating, more kind of a makeover. But I really wanted to show you guys just because I don't think many of you have seen in our kitchen. I never film in there because it is so small. So this was actually back at the end of July. As you can see, I had some 4th of July decor still up. It's actually, I think, the very beginning of August. And these are some before photos, and you can see right there into the kitchen. It was just so closed off, so small, and really it was just not functioning properly. So I called my dad. I actually asked my husband, and he was going to do it. He didn't have a problem with it. It was just, maybe like tomorrow, or he does work a lot. He does work a lot. So he was tired, and so all I had to do was call my dad, and he was there in, less than 30 minutes with all his tools, and he's always down for my projects. He's always helping all of us out. My dad he's awesome, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. Can you believe my dad came over and in 1 hour we had that cabinet off of the wall? Now, we do rent here, so I asked the landlord. I told her about it and everything, and she said yes. But we did take the cabinet off very, very carefully, so in case she didn't like it, I let her know that we could always put it back up. But I don't think that anyone would want to put that cabinet back up. Now, patching the wall was super easy. I've never done anything like this, and I just watched a video on good old YouTube. I got some joint compound, that stuff there in the bucket. So in case any of you guys have a little cabinet that you need to get down now. So you basically just spread one coat on, and you have to let it wait 24 hours. So this was one coat. And yeah, the hardest part was just having to wait the 24 hours. You just spread it on with that little spatula I showed you. Super, super simple. And then after the second coat is completely dry, again, that's the hardest part because you have to wait. After it's dry, then you get one of those sanding sponges and you just basically sand all that texture off. So this is the sanding sponge, and it's meant for this drywall stuff. And you can find it in that same section at Home Depot. This part is not fun. I would recommend goggles and a hat because when you are standing above your head, it's really hard, especially because there's not a lot of room here between the counter and that upper ceiling. Okay, so now instead of doing what I'm supposed to do, which is paint, I get a little bored. Do you guys do that? I get a little bit bored when I'm working on something for a while and I just want to change to something else. So I thought, you know what? Let's try these drapes out because I had already tried to put a valance, as you can see the little clips that are up there, and I did not like how that looked. I should have shown you guys, but it just looked kind of cheapy and I didn't like it. So I ordered these from Amazon and they're valances and they basically tie up. I do not like how the bar is kind of coming out so far from the wall. I might have to change that, but for right now, it's fine. I have never hung a valance like this. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And if you guys have any tips or tricks for these, please let me know. I know it'd probably be better if they were lined and a little bit thicker, as you will see in just a sec here when I start kind of folding them up and just pleat them. This is just the best way that I could think to do it. But again, if you guys have any tips, tricks, ideas for these, you guys always help me out. Let me know in the comments down below. But I basically just kind of folded them up and then tied it. I do think if this was a smaller window and it was just one valance, or if they made a really long valance, then it would look better because I do have to put two together, which again you'll see in just a second. So there's 4 ties and that was really hard to make it look neat. So maybe that's the issue. I'm not sure. I do think they look cute though. They're not horrible. I just want to make them look a little bit neater, a little bit more professionally done if possible. I'm sure if I had a helper holding the other end, that would also be easier to fold it up because they were still pretty long. I think this window was 70, I don't know, it was like 70 inches long. It's a really big window. So I was trying to hold even at just the one curtain. It was hard to hold it on both sides and fold it up. So having 2 people would help. Plus, I think for Christmas this year, since I'm excited, I finally get to decorate in the kitchen and I'm so excited. But I think this year I'm going to go all out in here and I'll do a big garland around the window. And I'm pretty sure these will have to come down in order to do that. I don't think the garland would look very good over these. I'm not sure. I'll try it out, but I don't think so. So I didn't want to spend too much time since I'll probably have to take them down. And to be quite honest, out of those whole little mini kitchen project, these were the hardest. These things were the hardest things to get. They took me the most time. I'm not even kidding. I was cleaning up dust for days. It was just everywhere. Even though I'd had put a sheet down originally when I sanded everything, I had to do a couple little touch-ups here and there, and there was just dust everywhere. Now it's time to paint. I actually love painting. I don't mind it at all. I just wanted to move on from something different than this wall right here for a second. But I love painting. Let me know if you guys think painting is therapeutic. I think I might be the only one that actually likes to paint. I will say I do not like the prep though. The prep work is not fun. But the painting is, it's just so satisfying. I love watching things being transformed by paint. Paint can fix anything. Well, almost anything. So this is how you guys last saw the dining room. So fast forward a few weeks later from painting, I still was trying to find the right shelves to put in that spot, and I finally did. So the hubby got those hung for me, and I was so excited. We put in a bunch of anchors, so these shelves are up there really good. It still scares me though to put a lot of weight on them just because they're not super heavy duty. I'm thinking I might want to add some gold brackets to them, but we'll see. Here's one last look. This was actually last year's fall decorate with me. That was the most that I could show. That's all I could ever decorate. And then one more before, and now how the kitchen looks. I think it is such a transformation for just very little cost and little effort. I think it made a big change. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it was a good choice to take that cabinet down? Because I know it is a really small kitchen and you need the cabinet space, but I actually turned the closet that's to the right of this view. It's a coat closet. We actually turned that in to a place to put the microwave and all of my baking goods and then some of our Stanley cups. So it actually works out so well. We have so much more space than we did before. When we took down the cabinet, I also decluttered all of the cabinets and cleaned everything out and got rid of so much junk and things that we just didn't use or need. And like I said before, it just feels so roomy in here now. And I really do like it, and I think it really helps the kitchen function so much better and of course look so much better. And I'm excited that now I can finally decorate in the kitchen. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, would you please do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button? And now I guess there's a hype button as well if you really liked the video. And if you haven't, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming holiday videos. I have a lot of fun things planned. And I got that rug at Home Goods. I will link anything that I can in the description box down below. If you're looking for something specific here in the kitchen, let me know what it is and I'll see if I can link it or let you know where I picked it up from. I loved the aged look on those white canisters that I thrifted a couple months ago. I don't plan on putting any food in them, just things maybe like coffee pods or sugar packets, something like that. This platter was from Home Goods and it matches the dishes that are in the dining room cabinets. And I think it fits perfect right here. That wreath I also thrifted a couple months ago, and the little squirrels were from Home Goods. The pumpkin is from Hobby Lobby, and so is that candle. I guess the viral candle. I love that candle. It's so pretty at night, and I don't have to worry about burning the house down. Again, I will link anything that I can in the description box below. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me and making over the kitchen. Again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you made it all the way to the end, then go ahead and leave me a leaf emoji in the comments below. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys very, very soon in the next video. Bye! Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at all of my fall decor, my home tour for fall 2025. I'm going to show you around all the rooms and how everything looks all together. I did make a couple just small changes, so I'll show you guys those. And without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Starting here on the front porch, I never got to do a decorate with me. I actually never decorated the porch for just specifically fall this year, which is so strange for me. But I got sick earlier in the month and it just really wiped me out. So I still made these big swags on the front door. I actually got the swags at a garage sale and they were really thin and straggly, and I knew that I could add just some picks from Hobby Lobby. As you guys can see, I just went in my bins, whatever I had left, I just kind of added them here to the swags and they turned out so grand. I love the way they look. And then I just went ahead and kind of mixed it with Halloween this year since it's so late. But let's go inside. And right when you walk inside, you are right pretty much here in the living room. I was surprised that I really didn't change much in here, only a couple things. I'm wondering who can spot the difference. I didn't think I was going to leave the swag. I thought I would kind of change up the mantle, but I grew to really like it. I don't know if I would do it again right here, and that's just because it's very hard to balance out this area since we have an 85-inch TV right there, which is, there's no way it's going to be balanced. It's just not. I wish I had 2 living rooms. I wish I had a formal room that I could decorate really fancy and then a den or something like that. But reality is I do not. So I did my best because we really like having the large TV. But I think that's why I don't like the asymmetrical look here. And here's the change I did make in the room. 2 new chairs. I am so excited about these chairs. I had 2 tall, these chairs right here, wingback chairs in here, and they were covered. I got these on Marketplace, and the underside it was just an ugly pattern, so I had them covered, and they always would look wrinkly, as you could see, and I was constantly having to fix it, which drove me nuts. So I was in the market for new chairs, and when Bona reached out to me and wanted to work with me, I was super excited. They sent me 2 of these chairs to try out for an honest review, and you guys, I have to say they are 10 out of 10. I highly recommend. That's the base there, and it's so pretty. It's such a gorgeous wood tone. Good quality. The color is nice. I'm very picky with cream. I don't like any pink or yellow, and it is a great cream color, and they're swivel chairs. That's what sold me. They completely spin around. So nice. Absolutely love them. Again, 10 out of 10 recommend. If you guys are interested in purchasing these chairs or any of their other furniture, they also have a lot of nice patio furniture and some other chairs and bar stools as well. So if you're in the market, you can go ahead and take a look at their website. I'm going to link the chairs and their website in my description box. I'll also list it in the comment section so you guys can go check them out. Thanks again, Bona, for sending me the chairs. I love them. Absolutely love these pillow covers from Amazon. They are such high quality, super nice. I know I'll be using these for many years to come. They are just so beautiful. But now we're going to head over into the little breakfast nook. So in here, I did end up changing out the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin just to the mercury glass because at night it lights up and it matches the ones on the fireplace. So I just felt it made it look a little more cohesive. And then I did end up taking out the hay bales over on the side over there, which it was pretty funny when I asked people about that. Some people hated those and some people really loved them. I actually really like them. I just didn't like them in here. This room is so tiny and I had to scooch the table off center from the window to fit them. And I didn't like the vibe in here. So I did move those to the front porch. But pretty much everything else stayed the same. I had fun decorating this hutch, and I can't wait to start decorating this for all of the seasons. I want to quickly show you guys what this hutch looked like just a few months ago. I picked this up on Marketplace for $50. I just love the shape of it. I ended up removing the doors and then painting it, and this is how it looks now, and I absolutely love it. These are some of the new candlesticks from Amazon, and I just added the bows. And this is just an old sign I've had from Hobby Lobby. They had this sign for so many years, but this year they did not bring it back. Oh yes, I did end up switching out the little dough bowl here for some acorns because I robbed the white and gold pumpkins to put on the kitchen shelves. And I just thought the acorns looked a little better. The dark brown kind of popped off the white bowl and the white console table. But that's pretty much it for the breakfast nook. It's pretty small and not too much to decorate in there. So let's head into the dining room. I didn't change a single thing in the dining room. I actually loved how it turned out. I love all the deeper, darker tones. I'll probably do more of this next year. I just loved how it looked. It felt so cozy and warm in here. I'm so happy I decided to add all of the amber glass to my collection this year. I got the pumpkins from Hobby Lobby on the tablescape there, and also the candlestick holders, which again are just pieces I know I'm going to be using for many, many years. I like to use all of my stuff year after year. I just use it in a different way. I reimagine it. If you use your decor differently each year, it'll feel like you're getting new items. If you're enjoying this video so far, will you do me that favor and hit that thumbs up button or the hype button? I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It really helps my channel, really helps the video out. And if you haven't yet, you can also subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming holiday fun that I have planned. And I will link everything that I can, from Target to my Amazon store to Walmart, TJ Maxx, any of those items that I can, I will link in the description box below. But if there's something in particular that you're looking for, leave me a message and I will try to send you a direct link or let you know where you can find it at. I know a lot of things are sold out now, but I was so happy to hear that so many of you got to pick up items this year since I started posting since late July, and I will try to do that for all of the holidays and definitely again next year for fall, so that way you guys can pick up things before they are sold out. And now to the kitchen. So if you haven't seen the little kitchen mini makeover, then you should definitely check that out. I will link it below, or you can go to my channel and find the fall kitchen makeover. So real quick, in case you missed that video, this was our kitchen from last year, and as you can see, there was a giant cabinet blocking the entire view into the kitchen, and that's kind of what we did in that video. We removed that cabinet, so it's kind of a fun video. So again, if you haven't seen that, you might want to check it out.